It's 3 a.m. and you're wide awake, your mind racing with thoughts about a presentation you have to give later that day. You replay every possible scenario, imagining all the ways it could go wrong. You worry about stumbling over your words, the audience getting bored, and your boss being unimpressed. Sound familiar? This is the frustrating reality of overthinking, a common experience that can leave you feeling trapped in a cycle of worry and doubt. Overthinking can manifest in countless ways, from endlessly dissecting a simple conversation to agonizing over choices big and small. But here's the good news. Overthinking, while incredibly common and frustrating, is not a life sentence. There are ways to manage it. To effectively address overthinking, it's crucial to understand its roots. At its core, overthinking is often a coping mechanism, a way for our minds to try to gain a sense of control in the face of uncertainty, stress, or fear. It's our brain's attempt to problem solve, anticipate challenges, and protect us from potential threats, even if those threats are often exaggerated or imagined. One key factor is perfectionism. Striving for flawlessness can lead to excessive analysis and self-criticism, making it nearly impossible to feel satisfied with decisions or outcomes. Another contributing factor is a need for certainty. In a world filled with unknowns, some individuals find it particularly challenging to tolerate uncertainty. This can lead them to overanalyze situations in an attempt to predict outcomes and control the uncontrollable. Understanding these underlying factors is an essential first step in developing compassion for yourself and recognizing that overthinking stems from a desire to protect yourself. Now, let's delve into the fascinating world of neuroscience to understand what's actually happening in the brain when we get stuck in overthinking. When we ruminate or overthink, our brains get caught in a feedback loop. Specific areas of the brain, particularly the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for planning and decision-making, and the amygdala, the brain's fear center, become overly active. Think of it like this. Imagine your prefrontal cortex as a car engine and the amygdala as the gas pedal. When you overthink, you're essentially keeping your foot jammed on the gas pedal, revving the engine but going nowhere fast. This constant activation keeps your brain in a heightened state of alertness and stress, making it difficult to relax and think clearly. The good news is that our brains are incredibly adaptable. By understanding the neurological underpinnings of overthinking, we can start to implement strategies that promote a calmer, more balanced brain state. Overthinking doesn't just exist in our minds. It has real and tangible consequences for our physical and mental well-being. One of the most immediate and noticeable effects is increased stress and anxiety. When we constantly ruminate on worries and worst-case scenarios, our bodies release stress hormones like cortisol. While cortisol is a natural and essential part of our stress response, chronically elevated levels can wreak havoc on our health, leading to digestive issues, sleep disturbances, weakened immunity, and even an increased risk of heart disease. Overthinking can also significantly impact our sleep. Those racing thoughts and worries often follow us to bed, making it difficult to fall asleep or stay asleep throughout the night. Beyond the physical toll, overthinking can also take a toll on our relationships and ability to fully engage in life. Recognizing the impact of overthinking on your overall well-being is crucial for motivating yourself to make positive changes. Now that we've explored the reasons behind overthinking and its impact, let's shift our focus to practical strategies for managing those racing thoughts. One of the most powerful and widely researched techniques is mindfulness. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about observing your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without getting swept away by them. Think of your mind like a busy highway. Thoughts are constantly zooming by like cars. Mindfulness isn't about stopping the traffic. It's about choosing not to chase after every car that passes. It's about observing the flow of traffic without getting caught up in each individual vehicle. There are many ways to cultivate mindfulness in your daily life. Even a few minutes of dedicated practice each day can make a significant difference. Taming the inner critic. Challenging negative thought patterns. Overthinking often goes hand in hand with negative thought patterns. That inner critic can be relentless, replaying past mistakes, highlighting flaws, and predicting future failures. To manage overthinking effectively, it's essential to learn how to challenge and reframe these negative thoughts. One helpful technique is to ask yourself, is this thought helpful? If the answer is no, acknowledge the thought and gently let it go. Another powerful strategy is to challenge the validity of your negative thoughts. By learning to challenge and reframe negative thought patterns, you can create a more positive and balanced inner dialogue. Living in the present moment, shifting focus from past regrets and future worries. Overthinking often involves dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. We might replay past mistakes, conversations, or decisions, torturing ourselves with what-ifs and should-haves. Or we might find ourselves consumed with anxieties about the future, imagining worst-case scenarios and trying to control the uncontrollable. A powerful antidote to this tendency is to cultivate a practice of living in the present moment. Engage your senses. What do you see, hear, smell, taste, and feel in this very moment? The key is to find activities that absorb your attention and provide a sense of flow. By learning to live in the here and now, you can break free from the grip of overthinking and experience greater peace of mind. Finding peace. Embracing imperfection and letting go of the need for certainty. Overthinking is often fueled by a desire for certainty and control. We want to know how things will turn out, and we want to be able to predict and prevent any potential problems. However, the reality is that life is inherently uncertain. Unforeseen circumstances arise, plans change, and things don't always go according to plan. Paradoxically, one of the most effective ways to manage overthinking is to embrace this uncertainty. Instead of trying to control the uncontrollable, practice surrendering to the unknown. This doesn't mean giving up or becoming passive. It simply means accepting that you can't control everything and that it's okay to not have all the answers. Recognize that making mistakes is an inevitable part of being human. You've got this a final word on overcoming overthinking. Overthinking can feel like an overwhelming and relentless force. However, it's essential to remember that you are not alone. Overthinking is incredibly common, and there are effective strategies you can implement to manage those racing thoughts and reclaim your peace of mind. The journey to overcoming overthinking is not about silencing your thoughts entirely, but rather about changing your relationship with them. It's about learning to observe your thoughts without judgment, to challenge negative thought patterns, and to shift your focus to the present moment. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. You have the power to break free from the grip of overthinking and live a more fulfilling, present, and joyful life. Please like and subscribe to the channel to learn more about human psychology and behavior. Feel free to leave your thoughts about overthinking in the comment section below. See you next time.